ULPT request. A church behind my house sets up 2 very large speakers every Friday and scream into a microphone about how we need to repent or burn. The sound is deafening. I have tried reasoning with them. How can I stop them without involving the police? Asking Reddit. My mom and dad moved out of my childhood home after they were empty nesters. The house they bought was in the woods with not much around it, but there was an old Revolutionary War-era church right next door. It had a little cemetery that you could barely make out what was written on them because they were so worn down from all the years of exposure. Anyway, he never saw anyone visit the graves, and never saw anyone go into the church. But, every day, every hour the church bells rang. They had an automated chime that played different songs or whatever it's called. For months my parents raged that they couldn't get in touch with anyone to ask them to reduce the frequency to maybe 2x a day instead of 24 times a day. Fast forward to the first spring they lived there and my dad is out with the chainsaw clearing some felled trees or something and he sees a priest walking into the church. So he marches over bare-chested, covered in sawdust and sweat holding the chainsaw and lays into the priest about the bells. He said he hadn't really thought about the fact that he looked unhinged but the priest looked terrified and stammered that he would take care of the bells. The bells never rang again. So my question is, do you own a chainsaw? Hire a bigger sound system, point it at the church and crank some of the blackest metal you can find for the whole Sunday service. Edit. Thanks for all the music suggestions. I have had a great day listening to new favorites and old alike. My first suggestions for OP would have been a Kiwi band called 8 Foot Sativa with Believer or For Religions to Suffer. Link. ULPT. When you're getting away with something you shouldn't be, don't tell anyone about it. Sounds simple, but maybe the hardest thing you ever do. Humans love to brag, to feel smart, to seek attention for their perceived and accomplishments. And don't do it. As soon as you tell someone about your illicit successes, you lose control. Don't lose control. Mind over emotion. This will be a lifelong challenge. Never lower your guard. I know this sounds like a amateurishly silly assertion, but almost no one can adhere to this rule completely. It's very difficult. This your only life. Take everything. Surrender nothing. Good luck. Saw a true crime story. These guys break into a bank through the roof and clean out the safety deposit boxes. Get away clean. Jilted Gilfiend, who was told everything, calls the tip line and everyone goes to prison. Keep your mouth shut. ULPT. To bypass Quora's paywall, use Google Translate. Back in 2021, Quora came out with Quora Plus. It is pretty much Quora but ad-free and has some answers locked behind a paywall. If you want to read a Quora answer but it is blocked by Quora Plus and you don't feel like spending money, do the following. Copy the permalink of the answer you want to read or click on the answer. Not the question. You want to read and copy the URL. Go to Translate. Google.com. Click on Websites. Paste the URL in the website field. Make sure the article is being translated into English or another language you can read. Congratulations, you just defeated another paywall. You didn't even need to use NoScript or a program or a dodgy extension or an obscure website or anything else to do so. Upvoting because fuck Quora. But at the same time, can we just stop reading Quora? It's a shit site that is always at the top of my search results with its shit content. Fuck Quora. ULPT. If you need to fart at the supermarket, do it in the cheese aisle. Preferably near the French cheeses. Slite. Smell is not the problem. It's the noise. I just go to the hi-fi, TV, speakers section and let it out loudly and nobody can hear it due to the loud music. Once they start smelling it I'm out of there already. ULPT advice. Someone got into my Walmart account and left their personal information on my account. Last night, I got an alert that someone used my card to make a huge order for Walmart pickup. It was a bunch of electronics and an Xbox Series S. Thankfully I was able to get back into my account, cancel the order, remove a $500 gift card he had in the cart, and change the password. However, upon checking my saved addresses, he left his name, address, and phone number on my account. Aside from filing a police report, what else can I do to make sure this jerk-off's life miserable? Edit. Thank you all for the great suggestions so far. I've signed him up for a few things, including season ticket mailing lists for every MLB and NBA team, working on NHL Next, because those sales guys are relentless. Did get a call back from the local police department who took the info and made a report and said they'll forward it to a detective, so we'll see what comes of that. The funny thing was, as I'm about to get off the call, I get the 2FA text from Walmart. Dude was trying to get in again while I'm on the phone with the cops, lol, keep the suggestions coming though. Exclamation mark. Appreciate y'all. Exclamation mark. Edit 2, 8:10 p.m. EST. Just got the 2FA text again even though I'm not trying to log in. Either this sob is persistent or something's going on at Walmart. Tried reaching out via Twitter to their helpline, but I'm not expecting much, if any, help there. Sign him up for Scientology mail. Trust me. They also cancelled a pre-order I had on there, which was also irritating. LMAO, not only a thief but a massive dickhead as well. Buy a burner phone. Call the number. Say you are the FedEx driver and you can't find their house to deliver an Xbox. Ask them to confirm the name and delivery information. Whatever you can do to try to make sure it is him, and not another person he is scamming. Maybe ask for directions. Oops, you are on the wrong side of town. Apologize and say it will be rescheduled for delivery tomorrow since your route is off. Confirm it is the guy, and that he orders and expects an Xbox. Then, sign him up for Herbalife MLM. Ask for Mormon missionaries to visit the home. You can mail someone poop from almost any animal in the world. Have a gallon of milk delivered to his house over the summer. Maybe contact the guy who sends glitter bombs on YouTube and ask him to send a care package. ULPT. How to damage a work laptop without getting caught. ULTP. I work from home. Overworked at that. I need some time off but am required to request at least 2 weeks out or I get in quat. Points in quat. That at some point mean write-ups and termination. With that said, any way for me to damage my laptop in a way that can't be traced back to me doing on purpose? It would give me a few days, unpaid but worth it, to relax while I wait for a replacement. But I don't want to get charged for it or it seem like I damaged it. Thank you to anyone who has suggestions. Side note. This is not a good company. They don't deserve pity for any in quat, costs and quat. Trust me. Edit. This has now been answered. I appreciate everyone's responses and help with this matter. No need to respond going further. Again, thank you all. Heart second edit. We'll post updates accordingly in case it helps anyone. Third edit. Damn, there are some smart people on this world. Thank you all for the input. I really appreciated not just the responses but it seems there's even a passion about it all. I really appreciate you all. As a IT technician, I hate a lot of these responses. Just tell them it won't power on. When they get it back and it powers on, they will just assume it was a fluke or that being off for a couple days reset things. No property damage, time off still achieved. Lol, don't fucking destroy it, man, that's such a waste. Just unseat the RAM a little. 10 out of 10 times the IT isn't going to think of that and they definitely won't check when you send it back until later. Oof. It's going to suck when they overnight you a new one rolling on the floor laughing. That part. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. I was literally just thinking, what are the chances I do all this and the next day have a new laptop to work off of? Open mouth smile. The only reason I know that's not the case is my supervisor waited 3 days for a replacement. Kinda why I thought of making this post. I was jealous. She however can stay on the clock whereas I for some reason cannot. What if your Wi-Fi breaks and you have to wait a few days for someone to come fix it or for a new router to come in the mail? That way there's no actual cost to the company and you don't have to worry about getting charged. Edit. The people who keep saying hotspots can be mailed out or marked for pickup somewhere are missing the fact that OP just wants a few days off. Plus, those things cost money. It's up to OP to gauge whether the company they work for would spend money on that over just letting them take some vacation hours because the Wi-Fi at their house is down for a short period of time. I tried that but my boss had me still join meetings on my cell phone and sent me addresses of places I could go work. One was a library in my city. So yeah, not only did I still have to work, I had to leave the house to do it. So the background in my video calls matched my story.